The spiritual lesson is going to be all about finding magic in the mundane. I am going to have a little Glam Squad come over this morning because tomorrow I have a big photo shoot for my friend Heidi's company. I was pretty sick last night, so run down and weak today. On TikTok Live, hi YouTube. Everything I wanted when I was a little girl is coming to fruition. There's so much magic around us. Hi friends, welcome back to my vlog. Week 3. Am I advanced at this yet? Okay, this week, the spiritual lesson is going to be all about finding magic in the mundane. Believing that magic is always around us. And this came to me last night because I was at dinner with my friends Brooke and then my new friend Renee, who Brooke introduced me to. And Renee actually lives in my building. And we were talking, we were just like, you know, getting along really well. And well, it turns out in this wild twist of events that Renee, and I asked her if I could film her apartment. Renee literally lives, I'm in my apartment here, she lives in that apartment right there. So at night when I watch Gilmore Girls, which you know I do, she loves that show. And so she had been, cause from her like kitchen living room area, she can see into my apartment, just the TV, because the TV is directly facing that. She's been able to watch Gilmore Girls with me, so she'll check and see if I'm watching. She did not know it was me, given. She had no idea. She's like, oh yeah, there's like someone else in this other apartment who watches Gilmore Girls, and I love it when she watches that because it's comforting to me. So we piece it together that it's been me this entire time. I got such a little kick out of that last night. I think we both did. It's just so funny, like all along I had this friend, you know, like a neighbor right there, and we're watching Gilmore Girls together at night and we don't know it. There's so much magic that sometimes we don't fully see. So I want to explore that this week. I'm choosing that going into it, deciding that I'm going to be looking for the magic and identifying it, while of course bringing you along for an exciting and fun week. Woohoo! Okay, I just finished up a few calls and a few emails, posted an Instagram post about my most recent podcast episode, which was with my EFT practitioner Tiffany, and now I'm heading down to the pier just right by my apartment to meet my friend Brittany, and we're gonna do a little full moon ritual and grab some wine. Come along. We are doing a full moon release ritual tonight, and we're at the frying pan and the sunset is just unreal. So I feel like that's a good sign. That's a sign of release and yay! New energy. So we've written down the things that we want to release, and we are about to tear them into little pieces and then throw them away. And we have a tiger's eye crystal. And we're gonna do this affirmation. We've got an 8888, magic abounds. You can just tell how tired I am from just looking at my face. I just finished a brief TikTok live. I just went on live while I was waiting for my cookies to bake. Now I'm going to enjoy my cookies and watch Selling Sunset, which I have not been able to get enough of lately. And it's funny because I keep dreaming about really big houses, which I feel like is good for my psyche. Hi guys, good morning, or I should probably say afternoon. It is 1:43 p.m. on Friday. I slept in pretty late. I've just been feeling kind of run down, but I've been having a chill morning. I showered, just finished drying my hair and doing my makeup. I've been watching Selling Sunset, got back to some emails, was on TikTok for a while, and I'm about to go get coffee with a friend who lives in my building, and then I'll probably spend the evening, even though it's a Friday night, getting some work done because I have a really busy weekend. I just really believe in resting when you feel like you need to rest, and I don't know, it was just really cloudy this morning. The sun finally came out, like a hallelujah moment, but when it was cloudy I was like, you know what, I think this is just like calling me to go inward, because I know that when you spend time resting, when you get back to your work, it's even better. You get like this huge rush of momentum and productivity. So I definitely feel that coming on. I'm still drinking coffee. I'm still, you know, revving up to full speed, but excited for the weekend and to bring you along with me. So as expected, a morning of some good rest and coffee and just taking a general break has me pumped with productivity. This is not like me at all, because I'm not, this is just like not how my brain works, but I'm feeling called to, I guess, just like reorganize my dresser and my closet. It's been a mess for a while. I feel like I can never find anything. I'm like digging through the back of my closet for a like plain black shirt. So I think my best friend Rachel would be really proud of me, because this is really her area of expertise. In college, she would actually come clean my room for me, just because it's like, it's not not how I function. And something else that's funny is sometimes when she comes over, she's like catching me up on something, and while she's here I can pick up on her energy because she's a Virgo and it's very organizing energy. I'll start to just clean up, like go around, graze and clean up, and she's like, what is happening? I'm like taking her organizing energy. But that being said, I am grabbing coffee with a friend, so I'm just gonna throw some stuff into the wash, and I hope that the caffeine will keep the productivity vibes going. While my stuff is in the wash, I am gonna head to a coffee shop just right across the street with one of my new friends from the building. I just got back from coffee, which was so fun. I'm so caffeinated, my hands are shaking, and I'm about to start organizing my closet. So here is like a little bit of a before shot. It is, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's definitely not good. I just think I can benefit from being a bit more organized at the moment. I'm also listening to this podcast that a few people have recommended to me just because, you know, I'm crazy about subconscious reprogramming, etc. And it is this podcast called Expanded with Lacey Phillips. I'm actually just going for it and listening to her most recent podcast, which is called Explained Reprogramming. I'm 1 minute 45 seconds in, but so far I think it's gonna be really good. I love learning more about this stuff, so I'll just be here organizing, listening to the podcast, and then I'll make some dinner, talk about a wild Friday night. There was an incident in the washer once. These used to be bright pink. The camera doesn't make them look that terrible, but they are definitely purplish now. Cute story about these pajamas. I got them just from Target when I was moving out here, and I wanted it to be my pajamas to wear for my first night in my apartment. So it's sad that they have turned bluish gray, but they still mean a lot to me. Right, are you guys ready for the grand reveal? Just kidding, it's not that awesome, but ooh, Rachel is gonna be so proud of me. I feel like it looks worlds better. I mean, the shoes are another issue, but yay! Pretty different from the before. I'm all done with organizing and cleaning my room. My bed is made, looks good. Proud of myself. Way to do that right before I'm going to sleep later. Now I am making dinner. Currently I am preparing, I have some meat cooking in the oven, and I'm just preparing a slaw. So I'm doing apples and carrots, and then I'm mixing in some vinegar and some mayonnaise. So that should be tasty and interesting. Interestingly, I actually, before I ever took up cooking, because I took it up last January, I decided when I was a junior in college, that was when I was like, okay, I'm gonna go after my dream of being a talk show host. The thing that I kept coming back to that I was like, oh my gosh, that would be so much fun, was being a cooking show host, like on Food Network. So, you know, saying, okay, add a little bit of this, add a little bit of that, mix it together. And it was just so funny that I was drawn to that because I really just took up cooking maybe 1.5 years ago, and not even a serious way. It's just like, I can make a mean dinner, you know? I just think it's cool how our passions and interests speak to us before we really know what they are. And yeah, it was very authentic that I would enjoy doing something like that, because I do love to cook now. It's like actually kind of a huge part of who I am. It makes me feel more grounded to cook almost every weeknight, frankly. I didn't really know how to become a talk show host. I kind of thought like you have to be already somebody like Ellen DeGeneres or Oprah Winfrey to get your own platform like that, but I just felt so called to it. And so actually my first YouTube series was called Haley the Daily, and I'll have to find the clip and link it in this video. I was trying to make crepes with my friends in college at Brown. I just like could not sync up the timing of the camera and following the recipes. Like, I have to show it here so you guys can see what I mean. I have a lot of supervision, so hopefully nothing goes wrong. What's the next step? Next, we have to melt the butter. How much butter?
Just edit this whole part out.
Well, how do you press start? While the butter is melting, go ahead and put the rest of the ingredients into, well, now the butter's ready. You know, I gave it a valiant effort, and Haley the Daily was actually my first attempt at like trying to become a talk show host, and I didn't know what I was doing. And as a kind of uninspirational story, I actually ended up giving up on Haley the Daily because it was getting some traction, and then I just transferred to Brown, and a lot of people were like, oh, are you Haley the Daily? Or like would ask my friends if they were friends with Haley the Daily, and I think the whole thing just made me feel kind of like nervous, so I gave up. But I was like basically hosting my own talk show in my dorm room. It's just kind of cool how it comes full circle. I was just talking to my friends the other day about where I could be if I hadn't given up on that, and trying to figure out the root cause of why I did. And I think it was just fear of what people thought. I think now that I'm out of college, I guess maybe, I mean, it's hard because now in the social media age, people from high school and college obviously follow me on all my platforms, but I guess it does feel like I'm out in the world and doing my own thing, and I'm more able to be secure in myself as I'm starting on something new. One of the main questions I get is like, how do you rise above the fear of what people think of you? And I'll honestly say that everybody's so worried about themselves that when it comes to what you're doing, nobody is gonna go out of their way and be like, oh my gosh, they're doing that and it looks so stupid, unless they themselves are in a place where they're feeling very insecure. And so it's about them, it's not about you. And so that's really helped me. And it's also like, you grow and you change and you become a new type of person, and you have to allow that evolution to happen and not let your past hold you back, which sounds like preachy and like, oh, how easy could that be? But deciding every single day I'm forging my future and I'm not looking at my past anymore, that's been really helpful. You know, I'm compelled by the vision of the future me, and I feel like I'm taking steps towards her every single day, and that means leaving past Haley behind and leaving facets of my past behind. You know, that doesn't mean that sometimes I get texts or messages from people who I went to high school with, and they are so nice and they say, you know, I watch your TikToks, or I love your content, and that means so much to me. And it feels like this reverse healing, like healing my younger self who didn't really feel like I belonged in high school, or didn't really feel like I had a ton of friends. It's just cool to see how it all comes full circle. And I also think a huge part of that is because I'm no longer focused on that part of my life. I know I'm a new person, and I know I'm forging a new path. So anyways, who knew that preparing a nice little slaw could spark a conversation like this? Okay, I just wrapped up my skincare routine. I did some really good work tonight planning out a program that I am hoping to launch hopefully in a few weeks to get started on November 1st. So excited that I finally got hit with inspiration, because I was having a hard time with the offerings around it. It's weird because I just felt compelled to stay in tonight, and I think I knew it was coming through me. So I'm glad I was able to capture it and write it down. All right, good night. Hello, good morning, New York. I am so excited because I am going to have a little Glam Squad come over this morning from the Go Priv team, or I think they're called Priv. But I have somebody coming over to give me a gel manicure. I've never had like this level of fabulous / glam, and like getting to be in the comfort of my apartment as I get my nails done, but I really need to get my nails done. And I'm getting an elite blowout because tomorrow I have a big photo shoot for my friend Heidi's company, so I'll be working with all these different photographers, and I was like, oh, this could be like a cool opportunity to just like have some fun and get glam, you know? Priv was sweet enough to work with me on it and send these lovely women over. I can't wait to meet them both, have them in my humble home, and get my nails done and my hair done. That's why, by the way, my hair is wet, because I have to leave it wet for the blowout. So that's why I look like this for this video. Getting all set up. I missed this. I feel like a whole new woman. I cannot believe this did not even take her that long. This was like a 23-minute thing with my hair. I feel like my nails look amazing. That was the best experience. I told him I feel like it's my birthday. All right, I just touched up my makeup and finished getting ready for the day. I'm about to head down to Soho, Greenwich Village area to get brunch with Ankita, or I guess like a late lunch, because now it's like past noon. I'm feeling so good. I had one of those cool moments just like when I was getting pampered and my nails and my hair done and my dream New York City apartment. I always play this playlist called Classy Dinner Party on Spotify, and the song New York, New York came on, which is just such a special song to me because it just surmises what it was for me to move out here and to pursue my dreams. And it's the song I played right when I hit 100K on TikTok, and just like the fact that it came on when I was having this moment, like everything I dreamed of when I was a little girl. It was a really cool moment. So I'm just feeling overwhelmed with gratitude right now, even though it is a little thing. It's just so fun, you know, it's just so fun. Find the fun today, find the gratitude, find the magic, and come with me as I spend a day with Ankita. I am in one beautiful fall coat. I mean, it's like 58 and I'm like, it dipped below 60. It's time to wear a coat. So excited for the day. I was also particularly proud of my outfit today. The fireplace is on in my apartment lobby. Looks so cozy. Okay, this looks amazing. This is gluten-free
Loosely
Napolitana
pasta.
looks so good. So we just finished with lunch. just have potatoes left. And we're about to go shopping for shoes.
Fall shoes.
And then we're going to MoMA. I've never been. Have you been?
It's gonna be so much fun. No, I have not been.
Yay! Kita and I have just been talking about Gilmore Girls symbolism for the last hour.
Mother-daughter relationships.
Father-daughter relationships. The scene, well, we can't do any spoilers just in case no one's watched Gilmore Girls before, but just certain scenes that parallel things that are happening in the characters' lives. We straight up pulled up A Year in the Life, went to the last episode of A Year in the Life so I could show Ankita the symbolism that's happening through this one conversation that you can't see unless you take it from a broader context. So we're deep in it. I think we're gonna publish our findings in the next fiscal year.
Stay tuned.
Yes, and now we're actually gonna Google it and see
what we're missing.
Yeah, I feel like we're missing something.
There's definitely a lot more that we're not unpacking.
Yeah, it's honestly amazing how much is weaved into the entire show that like most people miss out on.
Yeah.
Most beautiful sunset. All right, it is Sunday morning and today is a shoot day. I would usually be more high energy, but I was pretty sick last night. It was really strange. Obviously, I won't get into the details, but just feeling so run down and weak today. But I do feel much better, so you know, that's really good. I was really looking forward to this shoot and I will bring my A game to it. I'll enjoy every second of it and I'll have fun, but really not feeling at my best right now, but I have some cute outfits that I'm excited to shoot in and I'll bring you guys along. This is what it looks like when you are about to head out for a photo shoot. This bag is stuffed to the brim with all the outfits and shoes. Shoes are honestly the hardest part of carrying everything. And then I have my little bag here with some of my props because it wouldn't be a photo shoot for me without having a laptop. I wanted to just come on here really fast. Obviously I have like huge heavy bags on me and I have to go, but I just was thinking about something while I was grabbing the rest of my stuff to get ready, and that's how much magic in life is really waiting around the corner. You know, there's so many times we're worried about things and we just have no idea that the next day something's gonna happen or this opportunity is gonna fall out of the sky that just completely vanishes all of our worries and our doubts. We just have to be willing to be expectant of that and to believe that life can give us that rather than worrying about the now and the lack in the now. I got myself a juice. You love a good juice, don't you? Especially when there's 0 grams of added sugars. I'm about to order the Uber and head on my way. To the New York taxi. Okay, I'm here with my dear friend Heidi, who has organized today's shoots. You had one yesterday too, right?
We did, yes.
Yeah, and so we had 4 incredible photographers. They actually have cameras on us right now. I feel very important. And we're just closing out the day with a Prosecco shot. Yes.
That's the way to do it. I mean, all great Sundays should involve Prosecco.
You said it best. Yum! Cheers! Erin, amazing photographer. Woo! So I just checked TikTok this morning. I was like busy with other things and I just pulled it up and this was my follower count. I am dying laughing. My brother is trying to help me find like a good thumbnail for the second YouTube and I'm trying to just like go to random parts. Oh wait, that one's kind of cool. Wait, I think I found one. On second look, I'm not sure, so we'll come back to it, but it's just, I don't understand how every single frame, I guess that one's not horrible. I think I'm so expressive. This is virtually impossible. It just keeps getting worse. All right, on TikTok live, and everybody is saying, hi, YouTube. Hey. I love doing TikTok lives for this reason. It's like my whole family is on here. So many hellos. I love it. I wish I could just bring you guys all in live. Okay, I just got off TikTok live, which is always so fun. I probably go on twice a week. And as you can tell, it just feels like I'm together with like a big family on there whenever I go on. So I really enjoy that part. I enjoy doing the Q&A. I enjoy helping people, meeting people. So really fun. I also been in my room all day, which has been fine. I got a ton of work done, and I also published my second YouTube video. Woohoo! But I'm really ready for some social interaction, and I've been craving creme brulee. So I Googled best creme brulee in New York City, found a few places, and I'm going to meet Ankita down at one in West Village, which is one of my favorite areas in New York City. So let's go. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday morning. I am still in my PJs, and I just wanted to wrap up this vlog, which was all about looking for magic in the mundane and believing that magic is all around us, which I really think did happen over the course of the past few days. I think of all my other vlogs, it was less central to the message as I went along and was vlogging, but I had a few moments just over this last weekend because the weekend was just so special and fun, with going to MoMA, with the photo shoot, even though I had food poisoning the night before, with getting my blowout and my nails done in the comfort of my apartment. Just like feeling like, wow, everything I wanted when I was a little girl is coming to fruition. I've been thinking about ways that I can make that seem palpable or relatable for you as well, because I also understand that not everybody is in a situation right now where it can feel that way, and there's a lot of times that it doesn't feel that way to me too. So I wanted to just wrap up with one more story, because something kind of wild happened last night, and it was another one of those things where I was like, oh, I gotta wrap up that vlog, and for some reason felt like I shouldn't, and then ended up having this really amazing thing happen. So to tell this story, I have to go back to my senior year of college. My book, Her Big Idea, came out literally a few weeks after I graduated. So basically my entire senior year was comprised of figuring out the marketing plan for the book, writing the book, getting ready to launch it, looking at what life would look like post-grad. And I was like a little networker, and I would reach out to all these people and I'd ask for help on how to launch my book, on how to get press for it. And I remember I was introduced to this woman, and I was like randomly talking with a guy for work, and he's like, oh yeah, I know who to introduce you to. And so she gets on the phone with me, which, like, number one, you know, she's very busy. You know, she's a CEO, she's a mom, she's an author herself, and she just decides to get on the phone with me. And instead of just like, I definitely had a lot of calls that year where people were like, oh, your book sounds interesting. Yeah, I'll see if I can plug it for opportunities. She was like, okay, write all of this down, and just gave me all of this full-blown information. And I remember after the call just being like, that was so helpful. And so I took the time to write her a handwritten thank you note, and I sent it her way. And a few weeks later, her assistant reached out to me and asked for a quote for a Forbes article, because she was a contributor at Forbes. I think she still is. It was the first time I'd ever been featured in a huge publication like that, and it was Forbes, and I got to share the research that I was doing my senior year of college, which I wrote my honors thesis on female self-agency and entrepreneurship and venture capital at Brown. This research was really the backbone of my book, but it was my first opportunity to get to share it, and the article came out and it quoted me at length. It wasn't just one little quote. I mean, it was really like quoting a lot of my research, and I remember it said Smith, a graduating senior at Brown and the author of Her Big Idea, and it was the first time that I saw like Her Big Idea printed, even though the book wasn't out yet. And that's actually how I announced that my book was coming out. I was like, well, this kind of spilled the beans. And I just always remember that kindness, because she had no reason to help me. She just didn't. And that's the amazing thing about people. But this story becomes magical because actually just the other day I was thinking about her because I remembered how she said her husband's book came out on June 11th, which was the same date that Her Big Idea came out. And she was like, oh, it's such a magical book day. And for some reason, I was just thinking about that the other day. Last night, I am having this wonderful creme brulee and this wonderful glass of Pinot with Ankita and her boyfriend. And I look down at my phone and I've gotten a text from this woman. She says, I don't even know if you remember me, but the craziest thing just happened. My daughter is applying to Brown, and I asked her what she's writing her essay about, and she said, I'm writing it about my idol, Haley Hoffman Smith. And she's like, I know Haley. And her daughter's like, what? And I just read this message and just felt so overwhelmed. I almost started crying. I couldn't believe it. And she's like, this is such a wild moment for me too. She's like, I can't believe like how this all came full circle. And it seems like her daughter, who I'm actually going to talk to later today, that she and I have so much in common, and I can't wait to help her and mentor her. And as I told her mom, extend the same kindness and generosity to her daughter that she had extended to me, you know, my senior year of college, where I was just really trying to make a name for myself. And she believed in me enough to help me and to push me along. And it's just crazy that her daughter independently learned about my book and had my book all written up with her notes and was basing her college essay on me. And it was just such an exciting and wonderful moment. And I share that not to be like, oh, how cool is this? Like, someone wrote their essay about me, but because that's what it means when there's so much magic around us. That's how the world starts to feel so small. Like, actually, we're all so much more interconnected than we think, and so many things can come around full circle, and things may be coming around full circle for you right now, and you have no idea, but you're gonna find out like a month from now or a year from now, and you're gonna be like, man, I wish I knew that that much magic was unfolding in the mundane, and you know, in the places that you can't see, in your blind spots. There's so much magic in your blind spots. So I wanted to share that story because I'm just feeling so grateful and honored and happy right now, and just encourage you to look out for the magic in your own life, while also knowing that sometimes the magic doesn't present itself until the perfect moment. That doesn't mean there's not magic happening. It just means that it's gonna come and make itself visible when you most need it, or when it serves your journey the most. But magic is always around you. You are magically guided. You are magically helped. Thanks for coming along for another vlog.